All right. Well, I welcome everybody. Uh, I decided to do this Zoom because I wanted to be able to just have some fun with talking to people about dream boards and things in ways that we can actually be kind of interactive as well as just ideas and showing kind of some different things to look at in terms of how to work with your dream board for this year. Whether you have your stuff ready with you to be able to work with right now, no big deal. It's just a lot of cases being able to give you ideas of what it is that you want to put into your dream board or things that maybe you thought, I want to put that in there, but is it really going to be something that makes sense to do? And that's one thing where I want to be really interactive in this Zoom. So if you do have any questions, you can put them in the chat, but always just open up and ask. I have no problem with you unmuting and asking your question and trying to get an idea, or even if you have a suggestion, get those in there too. Um, because I'm liking the play off of what people are wanting to do, especially in a Zoom like this, because it's not a training in the sense of product, it's a training in sense of who do you want to be in 2024? Like what things are you looking for in the year? What things do you want the business to mean for you? Do you have places you want to go, people you want to see at those places? Um, are there things about your living experience or your living situation you want to change? Put that on your dream board. Those kind of things. So I wanted to be able to give you an opportunity to say, "Hey, I've got a question about this," and have a place to be able to answer that question for you, or at least say, "Yeah, that's a good idea," that maybe other people hadn't thought of before. Because a lot of times, in the years that I've been here, because I've now been here 6.5 years, a lot of the dream zooms that I've seen, it's mostly we're gonna get together, we're gonna work on a dream board. But especially if you're more team specific, you could be on there. But if you weren't, so that's why I opened it up to a lot of different parts of the company because I wanted it to be anybody that had questions or wanted to work on their board could come and do that. So, as I said, I've been here 6.5 years. My name is Chad Lincoln. I'm right now currently at distributor level, have been the whole time. Does that upset me? Yeah, but I'm not letting it hold me back because I know at some point things are going to click. I'm going to get there. So, I don't let the fact that I've been sitting at distributor for so long bother me at all. Because, either way, I lead based on the fact that I show up, I do the things that I need to do, and I'm just myself with things. I'm not afraid to go live. I'm not afraid to do the things that people are like, I can't get out of my comfort zone with that. And make that something as part of your dream board for this year. Get out of that comfort zone. Go live. Be amongst people. This thing, get away from it every once in a while. We get so tied down to the boards and everything that we have to do whatever is in there that we don't realize we can be real human people with some of the people that we interact with for them to see what we do. Um, we just all like that idea that we have our phone, we can work with it, the scripts are all there, people see that we have our posts up and all that kind of thing, but they never really see the real you. So make 2024 be the year of you in terms of people see you, people get to know you, and they get to be able to come up to you and say, "Hey, I know you. You're that one that does all the videos on Facebook or on Instagram or on TikTok. What is it you do and how can I be a part of it?" Get them being more like excited to see you as much as you're excited to see them or to be seen. So that's one of the things that I definitely put on a dream board regardless of who you are, is to be more live, be more active, be more out amongst the people doing things. I mean, now that we're not totally stuck to being in house, we can get out to vendor shows. There's a lot of bridal shows coming up. Get out to those. Make that a part of your dream board. I know Kara just told me a little bit ago she got engaged recently. So she's going to have some bridal shows she's going to be going to get ideas for her wedding and things like that. And in her case too with this business, get into those shows if you can. Get our products out there and let these people know that hey, we have skincare products so that when your wedding comes, your skin's going to look amazing. We've got our hair care products. Your hair is going to look amazing. We have our coffee so that you have the energy for the day and it can burn the fat and all those kind of things. That we have all these products that by the time your wedding day comes up, not only are you going to look amazing and feel amazing, it's going to be the most amazing day of your life because you're not tired and run down from everything that led up to it. Like you're going to be there the whole time. So those are the kind of things that we really want people with our excitement level to see, is that we're not just behind a screen excitement, we're in person now excitement. So for me, that's one thing I'm going to definitely do with my excitement, is getting out to more shows and doing more things where I'm out there with the products. So that's definitely one thing that's going to go on my dream board. Um, in terms of the board, it doesn't have to be a huge board. It can be something really small. Like some people, they just put it on their phone or their tablets so that wherever they're at, they've got it with them all the time. They can look at it and go, "This is why I do this business." And even if somebody asks them, "Well, what is your real reason for why you do it?" They can show them that screen that's their dream board and say, "These are the reasons why I'm doing this." So a lot of times people are like, "I don't know how to really tell people what my dream board is." We now have the visual way to do it so that you can take a picture of your dream board to be able to look at it, or create it on your phone or your tablet, or even with Google Docs and things like that. You can create it there and move it over to your phone and not have to do so many other pieces. Um, and then you can, if you wanted to do it on poster board, you could do it there, or you've got like the trifold boards or whatever. Or if you wanted to do multiple boards, you could do one that's just set up for like January through March. So from January to conference time, where do you want to be? Those kind of visions or dreams. Then after conference, you could have another board for that. What you want to do from, say, conference to when green carpet comes up. Have a board for that. And then after green carpet, having from post green carpet to maybe end of the year, or from the point when maybe Christmas cash is announced again, where do you want to be? So that by the time your Christmas cash comes along, you're just focused on the fact that you've got your business going and the money's just coming in, and now you're just going, how many customers do I need for the year? And each time you can break that down so you can look at it and be able to say, okay, this period I got it at this level. This period I got it at this level. By the end of the year, I've either met what I wanted or I surpassed it, to the point that I look at it and go, holy crap, that was easy. Why was it not so simplified before? And a lot of it's because we're either so stuck on we have to do the right things right now, instead of saying this business is supposed to go all year long, not just these small periods of time where it's like bonus to bonus, or promo to promo, but even having these bigger like quarterly spots where we can look at things and be able to say, okay, during this 3 or 4 months, this is what I did. Now I can build that to carry over to that next quarter or that next period of time and be able to build on that. So we want our dream boards being something that we can look at it and go, we've really made progress, not only on ourselves, but on our business and just the things that we've been wanting to do, so that we can look back at it and go, yeah, we hit these points by these times that we wanted to hit them. So that every time we go to try something new, it improves our board. So our board doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing for the entire year. It could be that by the time March comes, you've hit 3/4 of the things on your original board. So now you're needing to improve your next board because you've got a lot more you can do and want to do. So those are some of the kind of things that a lot of people, they just think they have to focus on one thing. But I'm thinking bigger. Like we've got a whole year we're focusing on, but we can break those down into pieces so there's not seeming so overwhelming, but can be manageable parts. Like having been a former athlete, a lot of times I was told, have the achievable goals, the goals you want to reach, and that ultimate goal that it's going to feel so far away that you don't know if you're going to hit it. But by the time you get to it, it's going to be like, holy crap, all the stuff that led up to it was easy. And getting to this ultimate goal was a piece of cake. So that's where I'm kind of looking with the boards this time of year, or this time, is not just focus on the entire year, but focus on the things that can get me to the end of the year by breaking them down into pieces that are manageable, that make it a little more fun. Because a lot of times it's like you hit March, you've looked at your vision board and gone, I haven't done anything towards that yet. And then you just kind of give up on it. So a lot of times it's like, what can I break down so that I don't have to focus on it the entire year, but it's something that can build as the year goes on. So That's why I'm kind of saying break your some of your ideas down into smaller pieces that you can do in certain parts of the year rather than the entire year. So, um, but yeah, it doesn't have to be an expensive board. The process itself doesn't have to be expensive either. So something for some of you is, I've heard some people say they have to spend like 40 bucks on this thing. I'm like, no, you don't. You want to do it on your tablet? You're spending nothing because you can find all the pictures you want on Pinterest, or you got the magazines that you used to be able to go to the store and purchase. You can find those in archives on their websites, be able to get those same pictures that you can cut and paste from there, put into your dream board, and be able to cut and paste those off of there and print them out even to put them on your board. So you're really not spending a lot of money. It's just a matter of how much time do you want to put into it? How much do you want on it? So that's kind of where your board comes in on that part. And then some more of the content might be uh, using the magazine wording instead of creating your own, or the pictures and pages from there if you wanted to. Or you can be really artsy about it. So if you're a creative type that likes to get really involved with it, you can draw your own pictures if you wanted to, or do some kind of creative writing with it that you like to do. Like if you're into calligraphy or some of the or more artsy font type stuff, you can do that. Just really having fun with it. And it's not something that you have to have done so much by, say, January 1st. It could be something that as you get past that first stage, like January to March, you could create the next one as you're going along and be able to add new things to it or find different stuff in there. Or you can do quotes or words of impact that you've seen in self development books or that you've heard, or even some of the things that when you've listened to your self development in the morning or whenever you might be listening to it, something popped up in there. What can I do? I can put that on my board and be able to look at it and go, there's something that I need to focus on to keep me going. Or if you have a word that you're using for 2024, put that up there so you can always look at it. Be able to see what it is that you're needing to think about so that you can stay focused or keep going on things. Um, and then like some of the pictures can be places you want to go or places you want to be seen. Like if there's certain activities or events or things in town that you always wanna go to, try to put those on your board and say, "I'm gonna get there this year." Like, if there's a concert that everybody goes to that you wanna get to, put that up there as part of your board. Make the business get to be one of your steps that gets you to that concert. Allows you to even make it so that it's more, "I'm not only going to dinner, but I'm going to the concert." Being able to go out and do something, and maybe even if you wanted to, rent a car, get a party bus with some of your friends that might be going, or getting a limousine or something, and just really going fancy with it. Reward your friends for that kind of event too, because you all work together to get there, and especially if you took your team with. If you have a local team, it's a nice little reward if you put that kind of thing in there. You can also put on your board some goals you want to achieve. So if it's like you're wanting to make $1,000 a month, put that goal up there. Or if you're wanting, even if it's a weekly $1,000 from trial pack cash, you know, if you can do that kind of thing, awesome. Because that means that you're getting more samples into people's hands. They're finding out what our products are and working with them. And then any bonuses you want to achieve or what other income levels you want to work towards. So say by January, March, you want say $4,000 in your bank account just from the business. And then come after conference, you want that to go from 3 or $4,000 up to 10 to 15,000, you know, putting that up there and looking at it and going, "Hey, I just bumped myself up doing all these things. They got me there." And then like how many customers or distributors that you want to have during that time, or how many you want to talk to even per month or per week. Those kind of things can go on there so that you can be able to say, "These are the things that I've been focusing on, but I can see them every day because everywhere I look, it's like, oh, I need to get my 15 or 20 customers this week. What do I need to do to get there?" Always kind of keeping that brain focused and functioning, which is why we had the skinny brew. Um, what kind of things would you want to do for you and your family? You know, would you want to be able to get out of the apartment you're in and get into a nicer house? Or would you want to be able to buy some nicer clothes? Or maybe your kids are into sports. have the business be able to make it so that you can do those travel sports now. And one of the goals is that by March, you want each paycheck to be what's going into your kids being able to be in their sport or dance or whatever the case might be. And then also having some of that money be your expenses for traveling, because obviously you're going to need to use it for gas, for food, for lodging, and all those kind of things. Um, and then any other kind of things that you want to be able to get for yourself, whether it's maybe you're wanting to get a new car or you're wanting to get new furniture, those kind of things. Put those kind of things on the board because then you can knock those things off as the year goes on and be able to go, holy cow, all this stuff that I've been knocking off my board, it's because of what I've been doing. Um, Even put on your board, what are the products I want to focus on the most this year? Am I big on the coffee? Am I the hair care type? Am I the skincare? Am I now that we have flat, is that my going to be my thing? What products do I want to focus on that help me reach these goals? And then how many um, customers do I need to have on that, or how much BV from that do I want to have every month, or every 3 months, or every quarter, or however you want to look at it. Uh, and then for yourself, what kind of goals do you have? Like, what weight do you want to be at by, say, July? Or what pant size do you want to be wearing by August? Those kind of things. Um, and then where do you want the work to take you? Do you want it to take you from, say, distributor up to emerald by June or July? And then after that up to double diamond, triple diamond? Where do you want to be on those? But yeah, the dream board is meant to be more a reflection of who you want to be in that year. So, or what you want to be able to do. Even put in there like, what do you want your income to be? We all see the income disclosure statement. Pick a number on there and say, this is what I want my income to be. And then if you surpass that, you can be able to look back and say, this is what I had or what I did to be able to get there. Excuse me. And even with the income, you can have weekly, monthly, or the entire year goals, those kind of things. But definitely, as I said before, get out of your comfort zone this year. Go ahead and do some of those things that you haven't done, like get out amongst the public. Some of us, we signed up during the pandemic. We still haven't gotten out of that. We're stuck to our phones. We don't really know how to talk to people and have face-to-face conversation. So that should be a goal for pretty much everybody, whether you've been here a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Make it a goal to talk to some people every month that are not just on your phone, or that aren't the people that maybe you go to lunch with every day, or that you go to dinner with every week, or anything like that. And then, um, just those are some of the tips that I had basically. And then just some time that, if anybody here wants to ask any questions or suggest anything themselves, I think Teresa's been putting up a lot of things in the chat, but I also want to be able to have you voice any things that you have for ideas too, because I like being interactive here. So anybody that wants to, feel free. And if there's anything that you want me have questions, like any pictures you're talking about or anything like that, I can do a screen share with that if need be. But right now, I'm gonna open up the floor to people and be able to go to answering your questions.
Why don't you do a screen share of ideas?
Okay, you can do that.
Nobody's gonna speak up.
Not a problem. All right.
I may have to make your phone a co-host.
I've already done that, so it's okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm just waiting on Pinterest to actually appear on here or anything else. There we go. Okay.
And if you guys already made a dream board, go ahead and share that. You can screen share, hold it up. Teresa made one a while back. she's ahead of the game, unlike me. Um, but go ahead if you already made it, share it, comment, ask questions. I know there's a lot of new people on here, faces I have not seen. So welcome. This is huge.
All right. One of the things that I do when I'm looking for pictures is I'll put in some different aesthetics. Like when we were all looking for say la vie, say, in that kind of case, I put like Jamaica aesthetics, and I just get pictures of what Jamaica looks like to put those up there and use those. So if you had that as an option, I'll bring up some of those and you can just pick some of those pictures, save them to your phone, be able to use those. You can print them out, or if you're going to do it on your tablet or your phone, however the case might be, um, you can be able to have those anywhere you need those. And even using them when you're doing your stories and things, even make some of the stuff in your story be things that are about what's in your dream board. So people can kind of see that not everything in your story is what you're doing at the moment or anything about the business, but maybe putting up pictures of like, man, I wish I was in Jamaica right now, and those kind of things. And the people be able to say, well, you want to be in Jamaica right now, but you work here. How are you going to get there? Perfect way to work on getting open to more people and getting out of that comfort zone, because now you're talking about something they want to try to do too. So, like, I might use this one of the bamboo rafting just because it looks like a relaxing picture where it's located there. It's like that's a spot where I just want to go and get away. So one of my dream board options might be part of what I want the business to do is let me to be able to go somewhere where I can just get away, be alone, do the kind of things I want to do, and take some time for me. So those are all those kind of things. If like your kids are into sports, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, find some of those pictures and say to some people like, my kid wants to play baseball. Um, and these are just some of the things that I want to be able to do, like being able to take them to a game. If you've never taken your kids to a Major League Baseball game, use part of one of your goals as or one of your dream board goals as want to take my kids to a sports event, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, whatever it is. Just something that you can all work together. And even if you had to say, hey, I got to take time away from being able to watch this movie or TV show we usually watch together, because I got to go make sure we can go to the game you want to go to. They'll understand because they'll see you wanting to work and they know what's on the dream board because they've seen it in your room, your office, wherever you're going to put it up. Make it something visual, visible, fun for everybody. And especially if your kids see it and they see that you're knocking things off, they might actually even be excited for what you're doing. Because most of the time, the kids are like, I don't know why my mom spends all her time on the phone or why my dad's on his phone all the time, but he has taken me to a few games or she's taken me to a few of this or that kind of things. So something must be making sense. And that's the kind of things that this can even work out with. Because if you are a parent, let your kids help you out with it too. Some of their ideas might be things that you were thinking of, but it was like, well, do I really want to do that this year? And then they say, well, I want to do that. They're like, okay, we'll put it on there then. And then it kind of makes it even more of a family board. So I know in Kara's case, she's going to have a newborn pretty soon. Plus, she's got about a almost 3 year old that's going to be coming. So a lot of her stuff might include wanting to go to Disney a few times a year with them or wanting to go to some theme park that's not in Florida. So they can go on a vacation, make it part of her dream board so that it's something that she can say, the business helped me do this. and be able to use that for helping with getting new customers or getting new distributors on our team. Those kind of things. Um, then there's a lot of things in here that even um like if you were somebody that you wanted to make a room in your house that might be an improvement on the office space you currently use. Make a part of your dream board being, I want to make my It Works office. And whether it's big, it's small, whatever it is, what about your dream board can make that a goal to make it a room in your house be your office where it can be a relaxing place to go to be able to work. Because I'm sure a lot of us watch those home renovation shows and everybody gets that one room where they can go to just get away and it looks like the study, the den, whatever it is. What kind of things would you want to be in your works office besides all your products or your business materials and those kind of things? Would you want there to be a space in there where it's just a chair that you can sit on and not work for a little while? Or maybe have a soundproof room where you can go listen to your self-development or listen to music you want to listen to, whether you're working business at that time or you're not working business. How do you want that room to be? And you could do pictures of that as well. I know for my case, one of the things I'd like to do in 2024 is move out of where I am because it's not that it's too small, it's just too packed. I currently live with my mom because I can't afford anywhere else, and it's hard to move around here. I literally had to come down to our basement tonight to be able to do this because upstairs was going to just be too busy. So I want to be able to have a space where I can call it my own, but not have to worry about neighbors and a lot of busy going on around that I can work. So one of the things I'll put on my board is finding a place where I can have a room that I can get away and be able to do business. No distractions. Um, did anybody else have any other questions or things that they wanted to maybe see some examples of? In like even some of the things that I might even consider too, just fun things would be like I have a record collection I want to improve on, so maybe putting some pictures up of either albums I want to get or particular bands I want to get the music of. So just those little things that a lot of people they don't think about right away. But once they kind of get an idea of, oh, that's what they're talking about, those kind of things. And that's what I was looking for with this too, was an opportunity for people to kind of be able to see more of what people talk about when they're talking dream boards and being able to write down some ideas, brainstorm ideas, um, and even just the opportunity to be able to say, I get what they're talking about now. Not just we're gonna quick overview this thing and be done with it in no time and then maybe just sit here and party for a while. So, um, and I would be open too if people wanted to this weekend, around working business, especially with the new product and the end of the month. If people wanted to get on and just spend a couple hours and we sit together, talk about stuff, work on our boards, I'd be willing to open up a Zoom and sit there for a while and do that. If anybody wants to, you can shoot me a message about it or put it into your whatever group board you saw it in or group chat or whatever and say, hey, can we do it at like 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon? Okay, I'd be up for that. So if anybody does have that option or that interest, let me know. I'll definitely put together something because it doesn't take that much to put a Zoom together at all for something like that. I mean, I thought about doing this last week and basically knew what I was going to do, but waited a week because I thought a lot of people with the holidays coming up are probably going to be focused on that. And then not realizing, oh, hey, we're going to have a new product opening up on the day that I was going to have this. But I'm like, you know what? Some people probably want a little bit of a break from messaging constantly about that. So that's why it was like, oh, I'm going to stick with that because by 7 o'clock at night, some people may want an opportunity to kind of relax a little bit from doing that. and this could do that. So, but some other things that I might even look at besides sports or trips to places are like maybe even some different clothing ideas. Like if I've been looking to change my wardrobe, putting on my board, I want to get new whatever kind of shoes or whatever kind of clothes. Or maybe one of my goals along with like the weight loss thing is I want to wear a pair of pants that are maybe 2 sizes smaller than what I currently wear and make that part of my dream board so that I can look at it and go, what am I doing to make sure that I'm knocking off those 2 pant sizes? Whether it's by whether it's by March or April, or it's by the end of the year. What things am I doing to make sure that happens? And even if I dropped 3 or 4 more sizes after that without even realizing it, what kind of things did I do so that I can say to people, this is how the business helped me out with my health. And I have that on my board because one of the things I want to focus on is myself in terms of my weight or maybe the pant sizes because I'm tired of wearing belts that I'm at the point now where I'm at the last hole on it, and I can't really create another one because it won't work. So it's just one of those cases where we create those kind of things so that we can say this is what we want to do. Because I know a lot of people in the past they've done like the dream board kind of things with the gyms they go to, and basically it's like tell me what kind of weight you want to get down to, but it's never pictures of like what you want to get down to or how you want to look. It's always just write down a bunch of stuff. In this case, with the dream board, you can actually look at what you want to be or where you want to be, those kind of things. The visual helps a lot more than the words sometimes. So if you're like, why did I ever want to make a dream board? This might be a good reason why, is because you're being able to visualize a lot more because you can look up at your wall and go, oh, shoot, I was going to hit that by a certain point. Now I got to figure out, can I do it by then or do I need to move it to the next board and make it happen? So there's just a lot of different things that can be done. And from there, do we have any questions or suggestions? I know I've seen a lot of people putting things in the chat, but I'd like to hear from some of you about some things that you've been thinking with your uh whether it's your feedback or maybe something you wanted to put on your board, just to kind of say, this is me getting out of my comfort zone even, because I know a lot of people, you get on Zooms, you see up there it says recording, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta clam up. I gotta be quiet." I'm giving you permission right now to open up. So,
All right, Chad, permission granted. So I'm going to chime in and say there's no dream, there's no goal too big. I know you said that, but you guys, I've been in this business 8 years. My why I started and why I'm still here is completely different than day one. I used to think that I was not worthy of the big goals that I put on my board. But one way or another, things just happen. And people I've seen in the chat, well, what happens if they happen? Do you take them off and make a new board? No, what I do is I just check it off or I circle it so I know, like, yes, that happened. But many times, and I'm just being transparent here, like many times things have been on my board and it hasn't happened. Does that mean that I'm going to just stop dreaming for it? No. It just means, okay, I know exactly what I'm still putting on my board for the next year because it just means I haven't hit that point yet. It hasn't happened, keyword yet. It will happen. You just have to know and be positive. Think I have not been diamond yet, okay? I have diamonds literally all over my house. If you go to my house, I'm looking straight ahead. There's a diamond hanging on like a candle holder of mine. If I go to the left side of my little computer area, I have paperweights that are little diamonds everywhere. My Jeep name is Diamond Diva and has diamonds everywhere in it. It has a diamond steering wheel cover. I'm manifesting that stuff. So yes, and Connie has been to my house. She will tell you I have diamonds everywhere. I have post-it notes on my bathroom mirror that one tells me that I'm worthy every single day and that I'm diamond, regardless if I'm there or not. And Connie can probably tell you that too. She probably thought I was a weirdo putting post-it notes all over my house because I have goals. I have dreams and post-it notes. We all go to the bathroom. I had to watch what I'm saying here. We all go to the bathroom. We all use toilet paper. So you could put a post-it note above the toilet paper holder of one of your goals because it's right in front of you. Your brain is wired to produce these goals regardless of how you get there. Okay, let me say that again. If you keep saying, I'm going to try to get X, Y, and Z, that 3-letter word needs to be out of your vocabulary. And I've said this to so many people. Take out the word, I'm going to try. Just do. The word do is 2 letters. D-O. Try, that's too many letters. Try gives you the opportunity to fail. Whereas if you're just going to do the work and you're just going to do it, there's no failure there, folks. You can't fail if you just do. Second of all, like I kind of got off on a tangent there and I'm really heated and I'm really sorry, but I think we all need to hear this because, we don't discredit where you're at. We all start at day one. Okay, none of us start this business at Ambassador Diamond status. Absolutely not. You can't even pay your way to be Ambassador Diamond status on day one. So we all have to put in the work. We all get frustrated. We all get a little bit just, oh my God, I have to put my phone down, walk away and do something else. Okay. And you're totally allowed to do that. But you guys just know that your dreams, just kind of weaving this all back in, you matter. You didn't start this business because you wanted to lollygag on your thumbs all day or just watch Netflix and not get paid. No, you joined for a reason. That reason was probably to get healthier, make some money, and help some other people do the same thing along the way. So we don't start this to say, oh, now what am I going to dream about? Yes, exactly. Kara put it in the chat. Put your why on your dream board. If you, I'm sure Kara has a picture of her baby girl, sonogram picture on her dream board because she knows that, that's her why right now. That's her why. That's a big why of why she's doing this business. So don't forget why you started. Your dreams matter. Every single person on this Zoom matters. And so, yes, take a Sharpie, write it on your mirror. Take some lipstick that you don't like or that you don't wear. Chad, I'll send you some so you can put some on your mirror. And, just write what you want. Tell yourself you're beautiful, you're worthy, you're validated, you're everything all over the place. Because the more you see it, the more it's going to become a reality in your life. I feel like I'm preaching here, but I'm really not. I'm just saying, guys, you have to start small. If it takes just going to the Dollar Tree and getting you some post-it notes so you can put things around your house and your significant other, your kids, your spouse, whoever you live with, your family, Chad's mom might think, what in the heck is happening around my house? Why am I seeing random stuff all over? Don't you mind it. That's for me to know and you to find out because I'm working hard for what I know I can do and what I know that I'm worth because I wrote it in the mirror. I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I am diamond. I am this. I am that. Honey, you better best believe your dreams matter. And every single person on this Zoom matters. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. And you didn't hit the submit button and pay the $99 or $49, whatever you started to get started. Some of us paid $149 to get here. Some of us were lucky enough to pay like $10. I don't know if that's anybody. Chad, was that you?
That would
Okay.
be.
To be here, but you know what? We're still here. We're here. We didn't just give up because 99 million people told us no. You know what? It just takes one to say yes. That's it. Your whole day turns around when someone says, yes, I'm ready to order. Yes, I want to be on your team. Yes. So quit telling yourself no and start telling yourself yes, because you matter. All right, I'm done.
Thanks, Teresa.
Whoop.
Go ahead, Shelley.
I'm stepping right in. I'm sliding right in behind her. We had something going on in the chat. Somebody was asking, who else is my age? Who else? Okay. Just from looking on here, I'm going to say that the minority are the under 30s. Okay. The minority, and I haven't even scrolled. Apparently, we've got 16 people on here. I'm Shelly Evans. I'm a diamond leader. I started my business in the beginning of 2019. I started taking Thermofite X and started losing weight and said, ooh, I got to share this. I was a full-time nurse. I've been working my business from home since 2020. That dream board, if you owe out the wazoo in money and your goal, you want to be debt free, write that on your dream board, but go a step further. How much money do you owe? How much money have you got to pay off? Snowball it. If you're not familiar with snowballing, get on Pinterest, Google it, get the form, and make it happen. She said that, nobody just wakes up and goes, whoo, I'm presidential diamond. No, anything worth having is going to be worth working for. Okay. I personally, I think as I get older, I've about decided I'm ADD or ABCD or PMS or something. I have to write it down. I make a list every morning. Every morning. Now, my list may be get 15 haps up, do 3 loads of laundry, unload, but life is intertwined in my business, as is my dream board. Now, I'm old school. I have to have an actual physical board. I've already started making my written list, and I'm going to print graphics off of Pinterest. And if I can find some old magazines, I may tear some out. When I started my dream board in 2019, one of my goals was to go diamond. I've done that. One of my goals was to build a front porch, like a screen room. Done that. One of my goals was to be debt free. Well, I haven't achieved that yet, but that doesn't mean that I don't work every single day toward that. So you haven't hit Ruby rank, make sure that you're working every day toward that goal. And then when you hit Ruby, you put the word emerald right over it on your dream board. You don't stop. When you quit dreaming and quit wanting and quit working for it, you might as well clock out and go on home. I was a full-time nurse. I've been able to do this since 2020. The money has been fantastic. The friendships have been phenomenal. And I can't tell you how many times a week I either have a message in Messenger or they'll just comment on a post. I love you. You make me happy. You make me laugh. I refer to myself as hippie chick meets Martha Stewart with a little Mississippi Medea. Okay. So I can be a little crunchy at times, but I love with my whole heart. And every single one of y'all, make it a priority to get this dream board done. We've all done dream boards, whether you realize it or not. Do you remember in school, you got all of the old magazines at the house, go find a car and get the yellow glue or the Elmer's glue and tape it to the poster board? That's a dream board. So figure out what kind of car. There you go, sister. You got it. This basically what this is setting you up for. We're starting a brand new year. What, next week? Let's go ahead and start it on a positive note. Know what you want for this. Your goals should be 4 to 6 weeks out. So if you've got $1,000 credit card bill, that would be a goal to get that paid off. You can most definitely do that in 4 to 6 months. You want, I don't know, you want a new pair of tennis shoes. Okay, that's a goal. Your dream is to have more than $10,000 in your savings account. I did meet that one this year. Stay focused, put your blinders on. The world is ugly enough as it is, and more people are going to try to beat you down for the love you've got in your heart and your positive outlook than they are going to be receptive. And that's okay. That's all right. We can love them enough for them too. You know, when kids get mad at you and they go, I hate you, mama. I mean, that's okay. Because I love you enough for both of us. So just, yes, kill them with kindness. Get these promise yourself you're going to make this dream board. And no dream is too big. No dream is too small. If it's in your head, it's yours. So own it and put it on the wall. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Shelly. That was awesome. Great to hear about your different goals that you had throughout the years you've been in and how you've been growing each year. Anyone else? Well, all I can say is have fun with finding out what your dreams are going to be, what your goals are, where you want to be in 2024. However you want to work your board, whether it's the full year or if you want to break it down into small chunks so that you can work towards those little things to get to the things that in December you can go, I did it. 2024 was my year. That I'm not giving up because I saw the things I needed to do in January through March and I did them. Moved to the next section, saw what I needed to do there, did those, and then saw what I needed to do for the end of the year, or however you want to break it up. Like I said, you could do from January to March, so beginning of the year to going to conference, or from conference to green carpet, or whatever big corporate event's going on somewhere in there. And then from green carpet to the end of the year, however you want to break it down. You know, kind of make it your own, like, it works calendar year kind of thing. So that you can break things down to say that what I did in these months helped me pay to get to conference and be able to do the things I wanted to do. Or made sure I could get my green carpet ticket and all the things I needed to do to get there. And all the things I needed to show people that, hey, what I'm doing is making a difference. Not just in my wallet, but in me and the people that I'm helping. Because our first focus should really not be on the wallet, but more on how we're becoming and who we're helping to become what they want to be. Because that's going to be what keeps us going more than how many dollars came into my bank account. Yeah, the Reds are going to say to me, no, the money's more important. That's just how it is. But my being a yellow, it's like, how many people did I help this month? Because that's where I'm going to see the money coming in is those people that I helped, say in January, when July comes and they're still ordering. because they like the products. That's because I've helped them throughout that time to realize they can make the changes. They wanted to make the changes. They didn't want to do it for me. They wanted to do it for themselves. What helped me was the fact that I stayed with them and said, I'm here to help you out wherever I need to. That's one of the things that also needs to be on our dream board is at the end of the year. How many people that we started in January are still with us in December that have seen their changes? So that when our next dream board comes up, we can use some of their pictures to be able to say, okay, I've got these 5 or 10 people who are going to be my next 5 or 10, who are going to be my next 15 new customers that by the time those 15 get through their 3 months or however they might do it with the 1995 are going to stick around and pay the 1995 again, or are going to be here a year from now. And what am I doing to help keep them here? So for some of you, it's like, yeah, I'm looking more at the money side of things, and that's great because you have your goals for getting debt free, going places, doing things, whatever it is your goals there for the dream board are. And for some of you, it's how many people are going to be still with me in a year from now, whether it's on your team or it's your customers. Those are a goal that a lot of people they get excited about the fact they can mass enroll, but it's like, did you keep them around? What did you do to make sure they were happy with what they were doing? Were you checking to see how they were doing? Were they hitting their goals? Or was it just a matter of you were like, hey, guess what? Your card declined. I need you to get that fixed. That kind of thing. So make it more about them, less about you once you have them ordering from you. Because they're gonna keep going as long as they see that you give a darn about what they do. You know, when they see that you actually care about the fact they're needing this product to help them with weight loss or with mental focus or energy or whatever, and you're staying with them asking those questions, they'll be willing to help you with the host of posts that are their product reviews. And that can be a goal that you have too, is instead of having to do 15 host of posts a day, asking people to put up a post about a product, have 15 or 20 of your customers put up their product review. And that becomes your host to post because they're talking about their use of the product. Then as they start seeing people saying, I want to do what you're doing, that perk member could become your distributor that helps get you to that next level for your goal of being emerald or diamond or whatever it is that your next promotional rank needs to be. They can help you out those ways because you were helping them to stay with it, and they'll want to reciprocate. So it'll help you with some of the goals that you have because you're seeing them believing in what you're doing and what they're doing. And it's not just they're getting money out of me, that's it. Because no, that's not gonna be the case anymore. Once you see them doing the things for you, they're gonna start getting their friends more interested in what they're doing because they're showing what they're doing. They're excited for what they're doing. And they're leading those people to you or saying, I really need to do this so that these people can be coming to me with more of their stuff, or I can be working with you and we can both be successful with this and be coaching each other as we go along. So, in the meantime, do we have any other people that want to put in some thoughts or anything else? Or, I mean, we put in a good amount of time. So, if anybody has anything, go ahead and open up. Otherwise, we can end it here and I will send you off with a thank you. All right. Well, it was a great hour with you guys. There were a lot of different things out there. I hope you guys learned some different things about dream boards that maybe you hadn't heard before, or maybe needed a little more explanation of that you weren't getting from people who you'd heard from in the past. And that you got some ideas that you were able to jot down, and maybe it made you think about 5 or 10 different things you could write down as I was coming up with or letting you know about these different ideas or opportunities, or even if Teresa or Shelly said something that you said, yeah, I really need to work on that part. I hope those are some of the things you got out of this and not just, were here because it's like I need to find out information, but you actually felt what you were hearing and it said to you, write that down. Or, hey, this is an idea, go with it. Because any idea you put down, you just brainstormed that. So those brainstorms, they can, as I think it was Shelly was saying, can snowball to where you get so many different ideas of what you want to do that can pull together and be able to make your boards for the year look really awesome and your goals get met so that by the time December gets here, you've got so much going for you that either the money's rolling in really well, the customers are coming, you're having fun, you're being able to say that, hey, in 2025, guess what I'm doing? I'm going into my boss on January 1st and going, March 1st, I'm firing you and I'm firing everybody else and I'm getting the heck out of here. So make it one of those situations where you can make it so that you can tell people, I'm done with working at this job because I won't need it anymore. I'm helping people and that's what I needed to do all along. I couldn't do that here, but I can do it where I'm at now. And I'm going to keep doing it. And then by that point, 2025 is going to just be another best year ever. And it's because 2024 started you on that path. So with that, I wish you guys a great night. And like I said, if anybody wants to do a dream or making party on the weekend, let me know what day works out and we can put something together. In the meantime, have an awesome Wednesday night and go get those customers with the flat.